Howdy do, I am Gamerson and welcome to malViolence. This was actually a game that I was made aware of because I got an email, one of the few business emails I've actually ever gotten, with someone putting forth a request like, hey, we noticed you play Danganronpa and visual novels and stuff, would you be willing to play our game? Two things. One, it's free, which is a great start when you're on a budget, by the way. I'm not trying to knock people that charge money for stuff, but I'm just saying when you're on a budget and someone approaches you with something and like, oh yeah, by the way, it's very accessible because it's free right now. Cool. And two, yeah, I just thought that was kind of neat that I was even included in the email for that. So like, yeah, I'll at least give it a shot. I'm going to pronounce your name wrong, and I'm sorry about that because I think it's pronounced Mado, but it could be Mado. There's a team as well. Now, you're going to have to forgive me. We got to get back into it because it actually has been a minute since I've played a proper visual novel, though. So I'm going to accidentally hit buttons wrong, probably. Or not. Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Howdy do. I am Gamerson.
Hey, wake the hell up!
Fair. You know, honestly, lately, fair. Lately, I've been up working on projects, and so I'll suddenly look at the clock and be like, we only got 4 hours of sleep, but we got to get up again. So this is what I should take that sound bit and just put it on my phone as my alarm, the whole sequence. So the first two, and then this one when I refuse to get up because like we got to get up, we got work to do. Oh, an achievement. You find yourself trapped under Koshinine's thumb. I botched. So one of the things you're gonna have to understand, by the way, anyone watching this, is I botch names. That's kind of my thing. And it's kind of a nice thing at this point because then it gives people the chance to correct me and feel smart by correcting me. So it's fine. I don't necessarily botch names on purpose, but I promise you right now, I'm going to botch names. And I am so sorry because we've all watched Let's Plays where someone's just like incorrectly saying a name. We're like, oh, please stop. Please don't. Sorry. I'm guessing that's me. What the? Huh? Where are you? I guess we're talking to ourselves. Okay. Some sort of cell. Oh, wait. This is a nice. I haven't seen a cell this nice before. Wait, we got a picture on the wall. And you might be like, okay, but it's gray walls and stuff. So what do you mean nice? There's a picture on the wall. And it looks like a TV up there. We kind of chilling. As long as there's a sink, because I am germophobic, so I can wash my hands. I think we're kind of chilling right now. Some sort of cell, but everything's so woozy, so you can't. No. What were you doing before you got here? You wanted a bonus, and your boss told you to go here and get info, so you did. And then something hit your back, and you.
Oh dear, looks like the anesthesia hasn't worn off, has it? Must have given them the wrong dose of ketamine.
Okay, so already off to a good start because, so as much as I like Danganronpa and stuff, there's a lot of voicing in that. And I made the mistake, especially with the first game, of trying to give each character like a slightly different voice than my regular voice. But that's part of the reason why I played that series in English, is so when we got to the class trials, the characters could just voice the class trials. This is going to be nice because I don't know how long this game is going to be. It could be like a shorter game, it could be a longer game. But what's nice is if there's actually voice acting, at least kind of in this, it does take it's nice for the voice. So I will say that. It's nothing against Danganronpa. I do love that series. As someone that went to that one blind too. But it is nice when, if I'm going to be the one doing a lot of this reading here, actually there's, a voice that can handle some of the read. Just kind of share the workload, if you will.
Just give it a couple more minutes. Soon you'll be right as rain.
Right as rain. I haven't heard that saying in a minute. Where's that voice coming from? I'm going to assume the TV. It's giving you a migraine. You just want to hit it. I think it said hit it or shut it. Oh, over there. That monitor in the corner. You just push yourself up and make your way over to it. What? There's no volume button in the front panel. Oh, they want to be heard. You don't get the choice. Maybe it's to the side or...
Too bad, lab rat. You won't find any volume buttons here.
Oh no. Oh no. What if we wandered into... What if... I liked being a human. Now I'm a rat? Lab rat. What's that?
Awfully confused by all this. aren't you?
Yeah,
Well then, allow me to introduce myself.
go for it.
Some call me a simple sidekick, others call me the Disciple of Danger.
Disciple of Danger's a bar.
But if you ask me, I prefer the Great Caution, Emperor of malViolence.
Oh, it's okay. So it's caution. So even though there's the E on the end, we don't. That actually makes sense. Now that I think about it, that does make sense. Emperor of malViolence. All right.
Or caution for your convenience.
Ooh. Okay, I like this. I like this. I like this. I like what we got going on here. Because, like, one of the things, like, in general, when games come out, right? There's always, like, I mean, there's a world where you make a game and every character is, like, beloved equally. But it is kind of cool when you're getting into a game and you kind of recognize, not like a mascot necessarily, but yeah, something that's kind of, like, iconically that games, right? This I haven't seen this before with the glasses and stuff, so this already has an identity in my opinion. I am going to be going into this game and talking about the game as we go. As someone that was reached out to play this, we're going to be playing it that way, where I'm going to be just giving my thoughts as we go through. That feels fair, you know? A kid? You got locked up by a kid?
Oh, lab rat, that look on your face is priceless. I want to take a commemorative photo and tag it to my bedroom wall.
Please don't. Yeah, trust me. If I knew we were gonna be taking, like, a photo op, I would have cleaned up like a little bit more. Got maybe change the lighting in here a little bit. I didn't know we were being put on the spot like this. My bad. Everyone tells you that you have. Oh no. I don't know about that, but I will admit, like, because I'll lean down in the mic to make sure I'm heard. So, like, the lighting will make the shadows, like, on my face sometimes out more. I'm just like, we don't need that. Like, there's a difference when I'm looking up versus when I'm looking down. I'm just saying, let's just not,
Sadly, my camera isn't with me right now.
That's
so
great.
You'll have to make do with me telling you why you're here.
That would be good, though.
Another thing you're wondering about, isn't it? Why are you?
Oops, my bad. So from my understanding, our boss told us to come here. That's why we're here.
All right then, let's make this quick.
Sure.
You want something from me.
I do. What do we want? Oh, the bonus? I thought the bonus was from the boss.
That's why you came here, right? Your boss told you to come here and get something.
Yeah.
But I can't let that happen. No siree.
Okay. Why not?
I'm gonna have fun with you instead. I'll learn what you're after, and you won't be bored. Great.
I mean,
right?
fair? We got knocked out. Us getting knocked out implies to me we might have been breaking and entering. Because if we weren't, it's not a great deal. But if we were, it's kind of fair, all right? No. No, it's not.
You're a funny one, lab rat. I like you already.
Good.
So
All right, then we can be
I'll
friends,
shoot
right?
your gun. Feel free
Ooh.
to shoot my screen anytime. I promise I won't care.
But this might be the only screen I got in here. I don't know if we get to leave this cell, so I don't know if I want to shoot the Temptations here, but no thanks. You'd prefer to have some form of self-defense on hand.
Now, I'm still tidying up a couple of things on my end, so before I get back to work...
I'm kind of grooving to the song, by the way.
Well then...
Welcome to your new home. Cozy, isn't it? It's got everything you need to live a normal human life. No, it does have a sink. Okay, we're good. A comfy bed. Well, not comfy, but a bed. Listen, there's a lot of things that I find comfy, so it's probably comfy enough. All good. A tap with running water. A desk for desk things. I can put my setup on the desk. I can still be making YouTube videos. Like, what up, guys? It's your boy Gamerson. We're coming for you live from a cell, but we got Wi-Fi. Quintessential 5-star living, just like the famous Milton hotels. Oh, and if you get hungry, just lift the painting in the middle of the room. The vent dispenses lab script 4053. We're gonna need to remember numbers, all right? Reviewers say it's safe for human consumption, so don't be shy. It's got all the nutrients you need to live a good life. And what's the holdup? Have a look around and check your dead device, beg for mercy, or make yourself comfortable. After all, you'll be here for a while. All right, use your mouth to explore the room. You can use the cursor to or the magnifying glass to interact with objects in the room. Who knows what happened the more you explore. All right. So, let's start off with the desk. Can we put our setup here? It's a desk for desk things. What an evocative description. Get it? Description. All right. So we got puns. I do like puns. So far, we're just checking a lot of boxes. It feels like I'm glazing the game out the gates, but I do like puns. Puns are a great... If for some reason someone's ever afraid to talk to me, of all people, a bad pun's a great way to break the ice. Immediately, all right? Let's see. It looks like that's the monitor for us to see them, but this camera looks like that's for them to see us. Your throat's dry and sore, but you can't find a cup anywhere. Expect you to drink out of the faucet? Great. It doesn't even work. So much for quenching your thirst. Yeah. I didn't think about that until just now. We have a sink. We don't got cups to drink it, or it doesn't look like we got soap. So we don't actually... We'll see about that. Let's see. It's a bed. You're surprised you slept on something I can't read. Oh, this is going to be so it's a visual novel, mind you, and much like the previous ones we've played, I still can't read. You're surprised you slept at all on something that lumpy. I'm not. Listen, when you're tired enough, you sleep. Yeah, right. Back at home, you worship your crappy mattress. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm chilling. There's a weird stock photo on the cover, but otherwise it's your average event. Caution won't be winning any awards for home decor anytime soon. Guess he wasn't kidding about the lab script. It's right there, neatly served in a metal bowl. Wait a second. To be honest, you could use something to fill your empty stomach. You made the smart decision to skip lunch. Oh, come on. That's a bit too real. You pick up the bowl and shove a fistful of pellets in your mouth. They taste like... What do they taste like? Cocoa Puffs? I'm not saying Reese's Puffs. Outside of just now saying that I'm not saying it. Well, you don't know what you expected. They're grainy, if nothing else. You try not to think about Caution laughing at you from the other side of the screen. Huh? What's this? There's something at the bottom of the bowl. A pattern? To get a better look... Oh, like we eat out the food and then we can see the pattern? You dump the rest of the pellets on the floor. Oh my days, okay. It's a Venn diagram. It sure is. One with weird shapes. I wonder if it means anything. It probably does, actually. I kind of want to see that again. Okay, let's see what we got here. Letter S. Either letter or O or 0, and like a teardrop looking thing. Let's see. That one's missing 4. That one's missing 4, and that one's missing 4. So they're all missing 4. We'll probably need to remember this later. Especially when it comes to the door. A door handle. For some reason, you want to look around the room again. Wait. So this is what we need the pattern for. This. Well, I guess we could keep exploring the room instead. Now that's on the floor. Oh, I accidentally screenshot something. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, something taped on the back side. Oh, again, those weird shapes. And this time they're colorful. Yeah, they definitely mean something. Maybe it's a way out? Let me see here. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So, Roy G. Biv. Oh, this is your ticket out of here. The wheel is just like the wheel on the vent cover. Well, with a little time and effort, you think you can crack it. So, was it red? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I did it again. Hold on. Red, orange, yellow, green. Wait a second. Is there more here than there was? I think there was only 6 in the back of the vent, right? Right? Wasn't there only 6? Yeah, there's only 6 here. And it started on that side. My bad. Okay. Hang on. We're not stuck already. But that is the only one for that. And then this probably plays a part too, because these ones, meanwhile, have 8. And a Venn diagram. So will we just put them together and that fills in some of the missing slots? Like, do we go, the top ones are S's, because then S blank. Well, this one has S blank, and then this one, both of these are blank, so the top 2 must be both S's, right? This one's blank on all of them except for that one, so that can be a circle. This one's blank on all of them except for that one, so that's the teardrop looking thing. So let's make you circle, and let's make you the teardrop looking thing. And then for the bottom half, let's see. Well, that actually conflicts then, because that's teardrop and a S, and that one's blank at least. Oh, the pellets. Rat pellets. Now on the floor. Ah, they're definitely, you know what? Reese's Puffs would have been better than that, you know? To be honest, you're still pretty hungry. It wouldn't hurt to eat a little more, right? You can see yourself getting used to the crunchy texture. Sure. Scoop another fistful of pellets and eat them without a second thought. Why did you do that? Those pellets still don't taste great. In fact, the more you chew them, the bitter that... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I made a mistake. Oh, crap. Of course there was something in the food. Whatever it was, it's making everything throb like crazy. Your chest, your head, your eyes. But your throat's clammed up. You can't scream or cry or moan. The breathing's getting harder and harder. And soon... Oh, yeah, well, soon your vision goes black. Oh, now we're dead, caution. Sorry about that. I guess that's the GG's. Oh, that is... That is a GG's. Lab report number 310. Subject expires shortly after ingesting higher than recommended daily serving of cyanide-laced rodent feed. Contributing factors of death. Evidently, their stomach was bigger than their brain. May need to reevaluate stop agent's dietary preferences. Wow. Dead end number 1. Cheers. It's cyanide. Okay, buddy. All right, that was good. Okay. Game over. Yep. All right, that's the end of episode 1. We're gonna try that again. Problems arise all the time. How do you respond is everything when they do. That first death was hilarious. That was great. All right. Okay, guess not. I thought I was cooking, but it turns out everyone ordered takeout. They don't want a plate, and that's fine. Okay, cool. We need to add more seasoning. What about where the colors overlap? So you have the teardrop and the O being right here, right? So you look at this and you instead go, well, the teardrop's blue and the O's yellow. Well, when they overlap, what does blue and yellow make? They make green, right? So that means this one, I think it's this one, would be green. So whenever there's colors that overlap, you mix the colors. So I think it should be red. That looks like that part's fine. This one's empty, so that should be yellow. So it should be red, yellow. Okay. Wrong one. So we'll do the top half first, and then the teardrop should be on this side. Okay, so the top half is fine by that logic. Then this one should be green, I believe, because it's these two that make that color, because over here we have this and we have a teardrop here. So if those two combine, they make green. Now for this next slot, it's just teardrop. So the teardrop by itself should be fine. This, meanwhile, is again circle teardrop. So blue and yellow, so that should be green. Okay. And then, wrong one again. For this one over here, it's red and blue, which makes purple. Purple is that looking thing, so this should be... Yep, okay. All right. That was actually pretty clever. I like that, though. It wasn't, like, too hard, but it wasn't like a, hey, it's like 1 + 2, what does that equal? 4? No. You know, you're gonna have to think a little bit. All right. I'm intelligent. I feel smart.
How the hell did you break the lock?
Effort. Intelligence. I'm smart boy. There's no way you could have gotten out on your own. I mean, yeah, there is. I know people like to not put me in the category of smarts often, but you and my Zorro sense of direction, I will arrive at the destination eventually. Lab rat. Yeah, I can see you. You know, you're just like the rest of those stop freaks. Stop stands for something. So textbook authoritarian. They could use you for their recruitment posters. That blank stare, that bland uniform, that world class poker face. My bad, my bad. Makes me want to peel your brain like an orange. Oranges sound kind of good right now. God knows what sick and twisted thoughts lurk beneath. We don't need to talk about that. We really don't. We really shouldn't. Is he telling you to smile more? He is, isn't he? Yes, you'll give him the old passport photo. Cute. Real cute. I'll forgive you for that. After all, I'm the great caution, Emperor of malViolence. I'm not the type of man to go all out on a scrub like yourself. Wow. But alas, even my limitless generosity has an expiration date. And you're creeping up fast on the sell-by. Okay, hold on. We could be friends. Anywho, you do want to escape, don't you? Allow me to give you a final pearl of wisdom.
Stop making mistakes.
But that's fun. Look, the first death was hilarious. I think we all got a laugh off of that one. I'm just, you know.
Because the next time you screw up, you're not gonna like what happens next.
Maybe they're not talking about the death, though. Maybe they're just talking about in life. Like, they know about our backstory that even I don't know. Well, that was unnerving. It's hard to tell when he's being serious, but his hatred for stop freaks is clearly no joke. Almost like he... No. Remember your training. Now's not the time to overthink things. You need to get out of here. Detective work can come later. That's me. Detective G. G-tective even. Oh no, get past the first of caution's traps. No side corridors, no secret doors, not even a crack in the wall. Ooh, clean too. No choice but to move forward. You take another cautious step. Uh-oh.
I see you arrived safely.
Uh-oh, that's a different voice. What the? Another voice? And all the screens in the room lit up too. It's a trap. Or not. Okay, no spears and stuff. That's cool. Huh? You know that woman on the screen. Everyone at Stops knows that face. They've seen her photos in newspaper articles, broadcast, social media. For years, this mysterious woman was the scourge of Stop. A saboteur who terrorized the public with bomb and cryptic threats. A supervillain through and through. A supervillain by the name
From the
of...
top, then. I am Dr. Danger.
Oh, so they were the disciple of Danger. You're Danger. All right. Danger Close? Okay, and by the way, side note, as I say that, so Danger Close, to my knowledge and knowing of when people use the term Danger Close, they don't mean that danger is close to you. They mean like if you're, they say, air support, you're going to be firing on a position where your allies are. So it's going to be close and dangerous. You got to basically be good at what you're about to shoot so you don't kill your allies. Just a side note. But I'm making a pun here because they made the pun earlier. We're in a punny mood. I'm like, cool. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
You are here because you're under my temporary employment.
Oh, employment sounds so good. I'm not gonna lie. No. Last time you checked, you were a stop agent. By default, Dr. Danger's a sworn enemy. Was a sworn enemy. She died weeks ago, caught in her own explosion while trying to wipe another stop facility off the map. Wait, does this mean she survived?
Before we begin your task, please listen carefully. Due to my circumstances, I cannot repeat my instructions, nor will I be able to answer any of your questions.
Oh, so is this like a recording then? So we have to pay attention the first time because we can't play this back. Oh, did they take over because you died and now you're like, well, hold on. There's like a Batman contingency plan situation. No, her death was very thoroughly confirmed, which means This is just a recording. Okay. A cheesy one at that. Turns out even supervillains make the newbies watch employee training videos. Better tune her out. Well, no. Besides, you're no mere hired hand. You're a proud agent of Stop, trained to fight villains like her. So what if there are more puzzles to solve and locker rooms to explore? To someone like you, this should be child's play. Unfortunately, no. I am a child after all. Adults are just children that grew up and grew older. Because that's how time works. You know, age it just happens. Wait, go back. Wait, go back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we're in trouble. Huh? Seems like a typical evil lab, straight out of a comic book. Let's see here. Massive computers, high-tech gizmos, and a primary source extractor. Ugh. Looking at that thing gives you goosebumps. Do you have to go through here? Maybe there's something you missed in the corridor. Yeah, you'll turn around and... Yeah. It's not opening. Yeah. No, there's still the door on the other side. You'll just walk over to... and it'll automatically... and it shuts you. Great. Off to a fantastic start already. Wait. There's something else here. Spaghetti! What a lock with a strange puzzle. Kind of like the one you found on your cell. Maybe you'll find your answer in this room. That's an electric chair. That is straight up just an electric chair. You approach the strange locked door. Turns out it's even stranger up close. Wait a second. Colby Paldelia? Isaiah Bishop? Brooke Yang. Knock down these effigies of Stop officials in the same order you encountered them. So far you found nobody. Oh yeah, I've not met any of these people then. But if I had, and we follow these things back to their source, what we would find out... Wee weep. Wee weep. Why am I making sound effects for this? Wee buddy. Okay. Unless I want to... oh, maybe we'll find stuff in here is the point, though. For example, what are you? Looks like there's an open toolbox. You take a approach, take a closer look. Nope. It's a bomb. No big deal. What could possibly go wrong? Fit all of the bomb pieces inside the bomb casing. Use your mouse to drag pieces around. Left click to rotate them clockwise. Right click to rotate things counterclockwise. Be sure to give every piece its own space, or else things might give explosive. Right. Do I want to do this now? Actually, you know what? We're gonna return. We're gonna look at some other things first. Because everything but the deadly electric chair looks like it has a caution thing on it. It's from a comfortable distance, you eye the primary source extractor. You approach carefully, listen closely for any hits of it roaring to life. Agents are expected to keep their wits about them and not jump to conclusions, but it's hard to see this device in front of you as anything but an electric chair. It looks crude and cruel, like a child's reimagining of something scary from a history book. That may be exactly what it is. Whatever its purpose, you give quiet thanks that it seems to be out of commission. Okay, projector, no. We want to start with the stuff we can just use magnifying glass on first. So this over here. You pause when you saw the silhouettes from across the room, but on closer inspection, these aren't firearms at all. But megaphones, yo, Spitfire? So many colors, materials, variations. It's far from organized, but it does look like a collection. It's hard to picture Dr. Danger, one of the Stop's most wanted criminals, picking up such an odd hobby, and yet half of them are tagged with the initials DD. Every supervillain's bound to have a quirk or two. Oh, isn't that the truth? Alright, so let's see what we got over here. 3 differently sized vials are placed on the table. There are instructions written next to them. Caution needs your help poisoning a top Stop official, but his toxin choices are pretty particular. Using vials of 12cc, 8cc, and 5cc. Measure the poison into 2 equal doses of 6cc. Note that the 12cc vial contains the poison itself. Be quick though. If the poison is disturbed too much, it'll give off nasty vapors. Drag the vials in order to put their contents into each other. You know, I think we do want to not... Okay, in game, I think dying could be kind of funny though, just to kind of see what we can do, right? Like, so if I do this, and then, right, and then, okay, so I was actually trying to die, but I think I actually understand how this is supposed to go. Let's see. It's math, basically. It's mathematics, and it's great. Disturbed too... Oh, is that what this is? If it's getting disturbed too much up there? Hold on. Ah, maybe that's... Ah, so are we about to die? Yep. You're getting close now, right? Okay, I had a feeling. So, hold on. If you just pour this into that... You've made quite the concoction. Really? Did you find a solution that he had thought of? I did say that 2 doses would be lethal. By the way... Have your legs always been made of jelly? But if your biosigns are anything to go by, it looks like overexposure to the vapors does the job too. Yeah, there it is. Alright. I had a feeling. I kind of want to do that, you know. Subject experienced cardiac arrest after extended exposure to the fumes in the workplace. Contributing factors of death: didn't perform their duties under a fume hood. SOP will have to screen its employees for basic lab safety if they're going to keep sending them my way. Dead End 5. Oh no. A venom inal end. This is great. I like this a lot. Hold on. I like this a lot. So first of all, I do think we can do this though. Okay, this game is great so far. I like this. I like this. I actually really do like this so far. We're gonna try the bomb now. So I believe we were told... Carefully, you finish the assembly and set it down in front of you. Huh? It doesn't seem like it's ticking. Well, 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 you successfully made a bomb. I can say with 100% certainty that it'll make a fantastic explosion. Phew. Looks like you've done what you were supposed to do. That said, the timer... Yep. Needs some work. This is great. Subject passed away due to an overexposure to high-yield explosives. Contributing factors to death: a lack of detail-oriented problem-solving skills. Nothing more, nothing less. Dead End 3, a mind-blowing conclusion. Alright, these puns are going to be like my favorite part of this whole entire experience. Which isn't to say the rest of it doesn't have some fun to it too. But I was not joking. I love puns, okay? Restart. Alright. Let's see. What are you? 4 large reminders are displaying an intimidating wall of code. You were hoping you'd have to deal with them, but... Oh. Oh well. Time for some good old computer wrangling. With a list of codes on your left, Caution wants you to hack into one of Stop's computer systems. Use the mouse or keyboard to clear out the codes of the system shown on the right. All of the codes must be used to destroy the firewall and successfully break into the system, but be careful, if you don't use the codes at the right time, you might lock yourself out. Oh, so I should have started at the bottom maybe? And then... I think I might have done this wrong. Which is good. We want the game over. It's too late. The counter trace just found you at... Wait. Wouldn't that send reinforcements? What's the problem? Does that mean you've alerted Stop? The rescue could be... I've got good news and bad news. In that order, because time's short. Good news. Stop found your computer. Bad news. Standard operating procedure is to overload the offending console ASAP. By the way, you're standing very, very close to the computer. I'll have you know... Well, I'll be. Subject died to computer shrapnel blown into their face. Contributing factors of death: tech savvy? On their resume? Guess Stop wasn't thorough enough with their background check. Dead end 4. Troubleshooting? Okay. Okay. Ah, so close. So every space is going to be used for this to be correct. That's what I'm learning by getting to this ending. So if we're not using every single space, we've not done something right. This song's a nice song to build bombs to, I'm just saying. You solved the puzzle. A marble rolls out of the bomb case. Attached to it is a note that reads, Kobe Paldila. Alright, so Kobe first. You wonder what that could mean. No, it means this. Oh, is that it? Did we do it? We did it. You solved the puzzle. A computer ejects a marble along with a note reading Asaya, I'm sorry, a bishop. So Kobe, then Asaya. Oh. Oh. So admittedly, I got dinner delivered, so I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy it, well, and then I can't be hangry, even kind of, if my stomach's full. So I was sitting here looking at this puzzle, and I just missed the middle part where it wants us to get 2 equal doses of 6. So I'm just being transparent. I just accidentally solved it, thinking we had to get both of those full, and I did the math while I was eating dinner about how to do that. And I just clocked it. It says right there, 2 equal doses of 6 cc. Reading is important. Me. A small compartment opens up, revealing a marble. Underneath it is the reading Brook Yang. Okay, so what we're going to do now is save it. And I'm going to try and purposely do this wrong. There we go. You step back and pause. Something about the order doesn't seem... Oof. Not quite. But it's okay. I can fix this easy peasy. Just stand still for once. Uh-oh. Well, like a giant boulder just crushed us or something? Subject was crushed by a karmically large marble. Oh boy. Exclamation point boulder. Dropped just high enough for instantaneous death and perfect comedic timing. Contributing factors to death. Didn't recognize good slapstick even when it hit them. Dead End 2. Marvelous. Okay. Marvelous Sunday. You know? Marvelous slapstick. You know what? Y'all, the writing team. I love this so far. 0 issue so far. I want to seek out the deaths for that reason. You know? Okay. So, Kobe, I believe, is the right one? Right. Then Bishop over here is, I guess, the middle one, because this one is Yang, right? Oh, we messed up. Oh, we messed up. We gotta go bald. But at least are the middle. There we go. Ka-chink.
Well. If it isn't the lab rat.
Yeah. For someone with chronic resting blah face, you look real proud of yourself. And you know what? You should be. By getting this far, you're statistically proven to be more brains than 96% of stop employees. So congrats. That said, I actually expect you to die by now. Not sure how to reward you for your success. Oh, wait. I have an idea. How about a sticker? I like stickers. If you get out of here, I'll give you a fruit-scented one. Deal. Well, if you're expecting a grape-scented sticker, you're out of... Oh. I stuck the best ones all over my tech. Dang it. You're not smiling or anything. You're not a sticker super fan.
Well then.
More for me.
Hey, lab rat.
Hey, what did you think of my research? It's awesome, isn't it? A little derivative, maybe, but any scientist worth their salt needs a room filled with high-tech computers and big fat source libraries. Though there is one thing that makes my lab better than the others. My primary source extractor. It's kind of loud once it revs up, and it's a pain to clean afterwards, but the results are, mwah, amazing. I had planned on giving you a first-hand demonstration, but the last experiment got so messy that I'm still cleaning the rafters. Disappointing, I know, but never fear. The great Caution, Emperor of malViolence, used his aptitude for adaptation to his advantage. And so he constructed the the dinner's catching up with my tongue. Sure to satisfy even the least imaginative of stop agents. Aren't I thoughtful, lab rat? We need to work on the name thing. Yeesh, tough crowd. You must be super fun at parties. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Vamoose to the next room already. There's more games for you to play. Or, hell, take your sweet time. I've always wanted to see how motivated electrified floors can be. He's clearly joking again. I wouldn't risk it. Probably. Maybe. No. Better not tempt fate. Yeah. Let's just not risk that when we don't need to, you know? Ooh. Escape from Caution's evil lab? Wait, clearly not already. This self-styled supervillain got world-class bad manners. Where could he have picked such a nasty personality anyways? You know, it's pointless to speculate, but you can't help it. Because your current surroundings are unusually ordinary. The last quarter looks straight out of a sci-fi movie. This one's practically mundane. It's got more in common with a basic stop research building. It brings back memories of your days as the low-level agent trudging through halls delivering low-level intel to low-level researchers. Your supervisors love emphasizing the low-level part. Pressing your keycard to the reader, hearing the little beep of the approval, seeing the locked doors click open. Waking up in a mad scientist research facility has a way of making you long for the simple life. Speaking of doors, this quarter's got 5 to choose from. You pause. Once again, your fate is in your own hands. This is another one of his puzzles.
Good. You made it through the experiment room.
Ah, Dr. Danger. Dr. Danger's on again. What did you... No, calm down. It's probably motion activated. You should have listened to the last recording since it seemed pretty helpful. This time, you stay still and pay attention. That might be a good idea. Just might be a good idea.
I apologize for any distress that the previous room may have caused you.
Apologize? Okay, interesting.
For whatever it's worth, please know that I do not take pleasure in hurting others. The sight of blood makes me quite ill.
Understandable.
It always has.
But don't they blow up people and stuff? Is that... Okay.
Allow me to explain.
No, that room belongs to my apprentice. Currently, he is running an experiment, even if he seems more interested in the process than the results. Honestly, I'm in no position to lecture. Sorry. Thank you. Honestly, I'm in no position to lecture him. He's not cruel, he's just...
Please.
I suppose I can say this. All his test subjects have a certain unfortunate commonality. A terminal condition, as he sees it, that makes it very difficult for him to remain impartial.
I apologize.
I apologize for being vague here, but the nature of this work has always been a private matter. It's not your responsibility. It's mine. What's that supposed to mean?
If you're looking for where to go next, please take the door directly in front of you. The other doors are very much best left shut.
Is that so? It sounds like another death achievement to me.
Take care now. I'll see you in a week.
That seems like we could get the death on. That recording definitely wasn't for you. Whoever was the intended recipient was, Dr. Danger clearly trusted them. Please take the door she recommended. Okay, no, we're just gonna take a door automatically. Gotcha. That's fine too. Yeah, that means it's not a death door, so we're not missing a death, so it's all good. Oh, my. An office? There's shelves everywhere. Loads of files, too. Like the hall before it, it's oddly ordinary. Just to double check, though. Locked. Pretty sure it's another puzzle room. Alright then. Let's get searching. Okay. What's the lock looking at? There are 5 empty slots in the lock's door. Your best guess is you need to fill them up somehow. Caution's a big fan of word games, so he wants you to come up with a word that's almost as good as the one above. You might have to find some letters first. Taser. Zap. Weapon's a bit too long. Gun's a bit too short. No, we haven't found any letters. Gotcha. So we probably need to complete these to find letters. Printouts and clippings of various news articles, all related to Dr. Danger's exploits, with a certain colorful sidekick occasionally breaking into and opening paragraphs. In fact, when you look at them all together, Caution seems to show up more over time. Dr. Danger must have been pleased with her people's growth. At the bottom of the pile, a heavy weathered photo peeks out. Based on what you can make out of the caption, it looks like some kind of commemorative occasion. Blank M1, blank 8, blank 0, or 0x2D, room 2. Ardre Des. Okay, yeah, we need more. In cybernetic security. Celebrating breakthrough in cybernetic security. Not design. Interesting, okay. You can't recognize the faces, but you recognize the logo as... Never mind. It's just similar, that's all. No, you might not put your thinking face on. As you look over the sprawling web of photos and documents and diagrams, you realize everything in front of you is perfectly orderly. These are the notes of a hunter, and Stop was their prey. You recognize dozens of names, operations, and places, vital parts of Stop's organization that had suffered heavy blows in the last few years. But you're disturbed by how many places you don't recognize. Laboratories, factories, armories that must have been high above your clearance level, crossed out like someone was just going down a checklist. All these top secret sites share the same acronym, YTDI. No, you don't recognize it. That's par for the course with Stop. If you don't know what an acronym means, it's probably above your pay grade. Fair enough. You survey the diagrams before you. From a distance, they seem to be your average blueprints. Blueprints for weapons of all makes, shapes, and sizes. But on closer inspection, they reveal a certain quirkiness that doesn't belong on a technical document. The handwriting is also distinct, for lack of a better word. That said, poor penmanship hasn't dulled the designs themselves. The least dangerous one of these would be devastating out in the field. The oldest of these blueprints, the ones in at the bottom of the pile, look wildly different. Clearly, another person was behind them. In fact, if you squint, you can still find the signatures at the bottom. Destrange, they say. They're dated more than 15 years ago. Time to get more deaths. Here we go. Oh wait, hold on. These documents appear to be designs for cybernetic limbs like the ones produced by Stop at first glance. On closer inspection, there are more differences than they are similarities. Stop's technologies are more generalized, more efficient, and angular. These plans are heavily customized. They could only be suitable for a very small number of subjects, possibly as few as 1. Perhaps Dr. Danger based them off stolen data. You make note to tell your superiors about possible reverse engineering. Okay. The monitor is displaying some kind of simulation. Better take a close look. Uh-oh. It's time for a crash course in cybernetics. Lay down new synthetic neural pathways, but be mindful of the original pieces that can't be moved. Here's some basic recalibration rules. Neural pathways must form from one continuous loop and occupy every available space. Pathways can cross over themselves, but they can't retrace themselves, so no T-intersections. At a 4-way intersection, a neuron will always go straight through. It'll never turn. You can only submit possible solutions where there are no open-ended pathways, including T-intersections. Okay, so... Oh... Yeah. Oh, it won't let. Okay. Confirm your choice. You confirm your choice, and a beeping starts. Is it wrong? We're kind of hoping that it's wrong. The tone sets the hairs on the back of your neck at edge.
Hey, Lab Rat.
You're losing them, Doc. Wait, that's an actual. As they are now, they can't be restabilized. That person's own nervous system will rip their body apart with spasming. But they shouldn't be punished for your mistake, right? Well, don't worry, I can fix this. But I'm gonna need a hand. Suddenly, your body feels a lot heavier. Is that mist in the corner of the room? And a liver, and a stomach, and a heart, and most of your spinal cord. Ah, there we go. I'm gonna need them right now. Yep, there it is. Patient was eventually restabilized and should wake up within the next few days. On the other hand, the lab rat won't ever get up ever again. They're missing a few too many critical parts. Contributing factors to death. They gave too much of themselves to my cause. Dead end number 9. Didn't make the cut. Okay. Oh my days. The blackboard is covered in little doodles, but they don't seem to be there just for decoration. You hate to admit it, but they're kind of cute. Completely unlike their creator. During our last operation, we only managed to save 4 test subjects. We also found some incomplete records that indicate all the subjects of the facility arrived within the same calendar year and a box of their personal belongings. Click on notes for a detailed view. In the detailed view, click on written notes to strike them out. Using what information we have, figure out which item belongs to who, when each subject arrived at the facility, and who grew up where. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is subject R. R. How do we strike something out? Click on the written notes to strike them out. Hold on. Oh, so like this and go like... Okay, I'm doing something wrong here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at here. Oh, wait. Because I need to understand so I know what to do wrong. You know what I'm saying? There we go. You carefully intersect one more pin at a time. Whoa, you suck at this. Something about his unusually straightforward insult puts ice in your veins. It's like you're solving this puzzle with your eyes closed and your nose plugged. There's some reason you don't want to take a look at the truth in front of you. Is there some reason you want to take a look at the truth in front of you, lab rat? No, it's just, I know you're not taking this seriously. Maybe we should just move on. You know what? Yeah, let's put a pin in it. Okay. Subject experiments permanent loss of life after one of the facility's reconfigurable nano stakes jetted out of the floor and impaled them to the ceiling. Guess they were worth the trouble of installation. Contributing factors to death. Couldn't put progress on the board. Dead end number 7. Pin prickled. Or pin pricked, my bad. Time to fill this one. A computer and a small, strange coliseum. What on earth is that? Oh, of course. It's a puzzle. In a stealthy campaign, Caution has managed to take control of a stop-holding center, where several young test subjects are being held in a futuristic panopticon. I feel like I butchered that. Panopticon? That might be better. To give them the best chance of survival, Caution needs to rearrange the cells so that each group of escaping testees is balanced. These groups are shown as a circle, a triangle, a square, and an X. However, the bureaucratic systems have only left the bare minimum operating instructions on how to operate the panopticon. Help Caution properly arrange the cells according to the limitations of the system. So, each group is balanced? Does that mean each group has a circle, square, triangle, and X? Oh, my days. Okay. So I'm guessing each needs one of each. Would be my understanding, right? So I think I understand what I'm supposed to be doing. So now let's make sure we don't do the right thing. You rearrange another set of cells, and suddenly your controls freeze up. There's a notification in the corner. Seems like you ran out of time, lab rat. That's it. The jailbreak is over. You screwed up. So it was a prison. Then, if this only concerned you and me, I'd be whatever about it. We all make mistakes, you know. So I'm super forgiving and cool and mature about this kind of thing. But you just lost those kids a chance to get out before the operations start. Sorry, operations? They could have gotten out clean. Now I have to step in and bust them out dirty. And it's all because of you.
Shut up.
Now go sit in the corner and think about what you've done. I'll come back for you when you're sorry enough. Are we just actually just in timeout? It's not even a death, it's just a timeout. Subject expired after 3 days due to lack of water, food, light, and mental simulation. Scratch their nails to bleeding point on the exit door before losing consciousness, so I'll have to clean that mess up. Contributing factors to death. Didn't take the consequences of imprisonment very seriously. Dead end number 8. A taste of sobering punishment. Wait, can we just... Yeah, why didn't I think of that before? Caution. Wow, lab rat. Did you even try? Oh dear. Not much to say here. The lab rat just sucks at word games. Contributing factors to death. They dip their toes into a few titles before meeting me personally. Personally, I recommend Scrattle. Dead end 6. Stop me if you think you've worded this one before. Or you worded this one before, like heard this one before. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. And then what if we... Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puffs. Alright, that's all of them. Okay, it's blue that... Oh, okay. Did I, though? Or are we about to blow up again? Okay, no, we did it. Okay, RT. The desk drawer opens just a bit and reveals 2 small tiles inside. R and T and written on them, respectively. Now, where could you put them to use? The taser thing. We gotta rearrange the letter. Okay, so it wants the 5 letters of taser rearranged is the thing. Okay, I thought I was just trying to do like a similar word. Because I was just trying to guess it. We can't really guess it anyways, and that's fine too. But I was trying to think in my head, okay, are they trying to think of like similar weaponry? No, they just want like take the letters, change them around, make a word as cool. Cool. So to my understanding for this one, we basically want a triangle, circle, X, and square in each of the 5. At least that's what I'm thinking. That's how this one works. So I could be wrong, and we could be here. You're not gonna see. I'm probably just gonna jump to when I succeed. But that's my thinking going into this one, and this one's interesting. Okay. Oh, this might be dumb. Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, all right, triangle, X, square, circle, triangle, X, square. And then I thought I saw those in the middle there. I'm like, wait, no, those are both squares. Apparently, I can't read. I can't see shapes. Okay, so we didn't need all 15. That's cool. But, okay, we solved the puzzle. Okay, so... Sorry. One thing I am liking about these is they're not forcing you to have to always use every single step. And also a lot of them, with a little bit of thinking, do make a lot of sense even if you've never seen a puzzle like it before. Like my initial thought was when it mentioned some of the stuff on the side, okay, we need to have, these all have an X, you know, a triangle, a square, and a circle in their pattern. Okay, it makes sense. Basically it makes sense. When a puzzle makes sense, it can be a little difficult, but as long as it makes sense on some level, it feels good to at least try. AS, so RTA, so we're getting we're getting taser, that's for sure. We just gotta rearrange it until it says something cool, as cool or cooler. Okay. In response to your hard-earned success, you 2 little Scrattle-like tiles pop out of a miniature panopticon. They show the letters AS. How quaint. Now I'll admit. Oh, I don't think I clicked on this before. You eye over the scroll of massive notes pinned in front of you. There are 2 distinct handwritings here, but the contents are most the same, mostly domestic. Notes on what to eat for breakfast and when to start preparing it. Notes on how to sleep, how much sleep to get, and what stories to read. Birthdays, exercises, meal plans, and chores. The 2 who wrote these notes weren't just sharing the same space, they were living together. And they were roommates. A note is stuck to the water cooler, which doesn't actually dispense any water. It says the child whose designation comes first in the alphabet was the second to last to arrive. Subject R arrived in June. The child wearing a bracelet arrived in September. Oh, wait, so this, because I was opening this, right? And yep. Okay. So this wasn't here before. But I was wondering about these scratching out note stuff, so I guess I need to go collect notes around the room to be able to add to that. Pick up a note beneath the blackboard. It says, a red-headed child said they have never been to the suburbs or to open water. Whoever lived in the mountains arrived in June or December. The child from the suburbs was processed before the subject from the mountains. Oh, yes, we need to go find these little notes to put up on the blackboard. That makes a ton more sense. Okay. You spot a note and you pick it up. It says, the blonde child seems to have a musical inclination. The bracelet has a notable tarnish. Upon sampling, it seems to be the coat of coastal salt. The city dweller was abducted in the spring. Abducted? What are we getting into? What do you mean abducted? There's a note stuck to the front desk. It says the bracelet arrived at the facility before the toy plane. The subject G does not know how to use a yo-yo. The yo-yo trickster did not arrive first. Okay, so that's what we've been needing to do. Took me a second to figure out. All right, that's on me though, because it does have the magnifying glass when you can look at something. So I just should have looked a little bit more thorough at this point. We're like 3 rooms in now. Yeah. So now if I go back to the blackboard, let's string up some evidence. Yeah, now that we go back here, we have a bit more to do. All right. So we have the names, right? The names are right here. Charles, Sam, Avery, Clark. Could be Charlie. Like that. That could be a heart eye. But, okay, so the blonde child seems to have a musical inclination. They're clearly the blonde child. This is them then. So then I guess we can click this, scratch it out. Okay, cool. The bracelet has a noticeable tarnish. Upon sampling, it seems to be a coating of coastal salt. So you have coastal salt. So you go there. Let me scratch that out. The city dweller was abducted in the spring. Okay, so city. I'm assuming spring means March. I'm assuming because June, like technically, if you want to be technical, spring doesn't even start until like March, like 22nd around there, and goes until June 22nd. So as hot as it can get in June, over half of June is still spring. So we'll see if it gets pedantic, but maybe not. Maybe it's actually like, nah, we got you, we got you. Because most people go, you know, March, April, May is spring, June, July, August is summer, September, October, November is fall, and then December, January, February is winter. But if we be specific, technically no. Technically summer lasts almost until the end of September, or summer lasts, but maybe it's not going like that, you know? You know what, I might be dumb. I might be dumb. If you hover over these, I was so caught up on the names, it just gives us what subject is what. So when you go to like, when it says like subject R arrived in June, you just have to go find which one's subject R, which is this one. This was the one that arrived in June. So you can go cross out subject R arrived in June. There you go. So I'm thinking too much on the Avery thing. The child whose designation comes first in the alphabet was second to last to arrive. So you're subject A. That means you were second to last to arrive. So I'm guessing you go there, for example. We know where everyone lives. We know who had what. I think that's all we need to... Here goes nothing. We're at that point where it's a little bit tense, where I'm like, I don't know. It's not, and they're not complicated in terms of like annoying. That's the good part. But you gotta think a little bit, and I can appreciate that. You solved the puzzle. E. A tiny blue tile falls to the ground. Upon closer inspection, it reads the letter E for evidence? Or maybe end of puzzles, or enough of these silly games. But that's just wistful thinking. Either way, you decide to take it with you. So now, 5 empty slots to the locked door. Your best guess you need to film up somehow. Yep. Caution is a big fan of word games, so he wants you to come up with a word that's almost as good as the one above. You might have to find some letters first. So let's see what we're working with here. 2 vowels. What if we swap the vowels? We start off by just swapping the vowels, right? And we get, or we get like tears. I want to do something wrong first, though. That could be correct, but I want to be wrong first. So let's try that. Yeah.
Hey, lab rat.
I see you're the type who likes to gamble. Alas, you didn't hit the jackpot. Better luck next time. But since you're here, I'd like to play another game. Time for a round of Russian roulette. Is the gun next to you loaded or not? What gun? I love the deaths, actually. Not much to say here. Labrat just sucks at word games. Contributing factor to the death should have dipped their toes in a few tiles before meeting me. Personally, I recommend Scrattle. Oh, I think we've gotten this one before, actually. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we're going to start with tears. Because sweet, sweet tears, you know? Okay. No message from the kid yet. Maybe if you're stealthy. With a camera right there? I don't think so. Maybe if you're stealthy, you could sneak past without being subjected to another one of his stupid
Snooping as usual, I see.
Oh, okay, I know that reference. You're talking to a Sonic fan, all right? I know that one. That one's great. All right, no. Listen, I wanted to go into this neutral, but I really can't when they keep checking boxes like that, okay? You reached out to the right person to ask to play this, and I'm so glad that I did now. Thank you so much for making me aware of this game. I know we're not done yet, but all right. Chef's kiss. You spoke too soon. Yeah, you're right in your element, huh? Not that you'd know it, but I got a good eye for this kind of thing. I bet you got that bubbly feeling buzzing under your skin, like sweet sparkling lemonade in your veins. What a colorful turn of phases. I'd give my right arm to feel as excited as you do right now, lab rat. You must be salivating at the mountain of evidence beneath your fingertips. Weapons, cookboards, secret evil plans. All the classics are here, and we both know you really want to rub your grubby paws all over them. Even if you copied half of one of the blueprints into a bar napkin and threw it through the washing machine, you still have enough evidence to net you a promotion from HQ.
Well then.
So go ahead, take as much as you like. I won't touch a hair on your head. After all, the great Caution Emperor of malViolence knows that you only care about the truth. He shall let you indulge. Hey, lab rat, can I ask you something? You are just getting evidence, right? He does not approve of your investigation style? You're being thorough just to be caught. You're just being thorough. I watch you with my drones. Tailor these puzzles to your specific subpar problem-solving skill. Well, that's fair. We did struggle with the last room a little bit. Carried out quasi-legal research onto your identity, so I know what you are. You're an agent for STOP. Nothing more, nothing less. Cybernetic limbs, though. I'm kind of curious about that still. Experiments, abducting children. What is STOP, actually? Am I right? Again, with the silent treatment. I met vending machines with better social skills than you. You know that? I've been told back in high school that Shadow the Hedgehog was, like, less antisocial than me. So this is kind of relatable. Shadow the Hedgehog. Of all people. I like him. Don't get me wrong. He's a cool dude. But, dang.
Shut up!
Fine. The next time you escape a puzzle room, I won't talk either. See how you like it. I think we might actually like that just fine. Now move, or you'll regret your staring contest with me. They also have, they could just be blinking one eye. We'd never see it behind the X, huh? Again with a temper tantrum, huh? Seriously, why so pissed off at you? Ian and Dr. Danger have fought against Stop field agents in the past, but that's not your department. Now, before this, you'd never met any of them face to face. What right does he have to act all high and mighty at you? Right. Supervillain. Big ego, no self-awareness, don't overthink it. Ooh, this almost looks like a get past the villain's workshop. So we're not quite out yet, or we are? The dim corridor stretches before you with no answers to offer. It's darker here, but not in an unpleasant way. It's warmer than the previous rooms, literally and figuratively. Ah, the warm. The wooden floorboards and decorative wallpaper feels welcoming. Nostalgic, even. Oh, do we have all of our memories? You view this hall alone, you'd assume it belonged to a family household, not a scheming terrorist and her kooky sidekick. It's been a very long day? Hard to tell how much time has passed, but damn, are you exhausted. The gentle heat tempts you to sit down on the floor, or maybe lie down. Don't do it. Would caution allow you to take a quick breather? If he meant what he said about not harming a hair in your head, then maybe the smart thing to do would be to... Nope.
Very tempting for a wooden floor, isn't it?
Thank you, Dr. Danger. I would have said no, too. A third time?
Boring. My work has always been stressful, so I've always strived to maximize comfort wherever I could.
Is that so?
Allow me to explain.
When your work is done, you can sleep here all you like. But before then, you got dishes to clean, washes to run, bedrooms to vacuum. This sounds a bit too familiar lately. I'm not going to get into it, but ooh, hang on a second. I'm playing this game to get away from her right now. And of course, caution to take care of. It represents a unique challenge, I know, but you wouldn't have gotten this far if you and I didn't believe you could do it. While I'm away on business, it's important that you keep him on his daily routine. 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., regularity is key. Remember that all his dietary habits, health regimens, and the detailed files that we went over together.
I apologize.
I apologize if you have to decrypt them again, but Caution and I have made a habit of hiding our tracks for good reason. And when the day is over, feel free to play games, watch movies, and read comics together. If you need a suggestion, Caution told me that he loves the Cantaloupe Mall course on Marco Kart. Alright, that's a good one too. Might have pronounced that wrong. He'll know what you mean. I know what you mean too, and honestly, that's great. The writing's been fantastic, by the way, so take care. If things go smoothly, I'll be back for him in a week. And if things don't go smoothly, well, there are systems in place that will guide you on what to
That's
do.
all for now. Goodbye.
Are we being tested to be their new caretaker? Is that what's going on here?
And thank you for taking care of my... Note to self, re-record instructions at earliest convenience. Try not to be so...
Emotional?
ominous next time.
Oh. That's fine. I record stuff ominously too. I can't judge. The message wasn't for you, and it wasn't for one of Dr. Danger's goons either. See, goon used to mean bad guy, like henchman. Goons used to be the things that Batman beat up in Gotham City, like back when the animated series was on TV, you know? A babysitter? Really? We're a babysitter. Who in the world would be qualified to babysit him? Us. Come on. Just focus on the task at hand. Almost home. Feels like. It's a normal apartment. There's a kitchenette, a dining table, a small sitting area, and stairs. Probably a bedroom up there. Are you supposed to be here? Yeah, that confirms we are. Guess you are. We're locked in. We're locked in and we're locked in. Oh, okay. You pick up what appears to be a generic scrapbook like those shoved in the back of shelves of charity stores. Looking closely, you can see the remains of price sticker glue. It feels normal. Too normal. The book clearly hides some deep, dark secret. But the inner contents are equally normal. All you find are photographs of a woman who looks a lot like Dr. Danger and a young boy with a crooked, toothy grin. The craftsmanship on display isn't anything remarkable, with the poorly cut edges and tacky glitter glue smeared across the cheap card stock. At least the pages seem to be in chronological order. In the earliest photos, the boy is bedridden. His skin is unnaturally pale and his gaze is unfocused, empty even. But as you flick through the pages, he grows stronger. He gets out of bed, his eyes shine with inspiration and intelligence. He smiles. The woman in the photos must have taken good care of him. The photos are self-explanatory. Each moment is carefully dated and annotated. Playing video games, reading bedtime stories, and what seems to be a movie night. You know the film they're watching. It's that one cartoon about the alien supervillain, the one with a very big brain but very little common sense. Wow. Megamind? Hold on. Wasn't this film released 3 months after this photo was taken? Looks like Stop would have had to add digital piracy to Dr. Danger's long list of crimes. I don't think that's the point right now, Knuckles. I don't think that's the point. Sewing? You find an assortment of patterns, books, and materials for sewing. There's a little stack of half-finished items, a skirt and a blouse in conservative colors. Right next to it, a whole pile of hand-stitched garments in yellows, greens, and reds. Seems like someone handed their sewing book down to a more imaginative type. You're well aware that the sewing isn't just a simple hobby. Many of Stop's associates' security forces take up the practice when their first cybernetics are implanted. After such a big operation, fine needlework quickly rehabilitates hand-eye coordination, but you doubt they make such a large collection of fuzzy mittens. See, I'm starting to think that Stop isn't... Stop it? Stop. I'm suspicious of Stop. I'm thinking these cats might have been onto something opposing them. for reasons we don't quite know yet. When you look at the bust in front of you, I'm immature. You recall a half-serious lesson on disguising yourself back when you were a trainee. From what you remember, this appears to be a mannequin for a wig, but Dr. Danger had a head full of hair. Did she need to disguise herself? Intel's always suggested that her mastery over tech kept her off any cameras she cared about. I don't know. I don't know. You pick up a clipboard with a thick stack of charts and diagrams pinned to the front. Subject recuperation log is printed at the top in a harsh black lettering. At the bottom of the page, you spot an acronym, YTDI. You flip through the log. The recuperation described here is difficult to read. Seizures, phantom pain, memory loss, and brain damage are expected results, not side effects. Scrawled notes speculate that these symptoms would last for several years or decades, perhaps even permanently. Implanting cybernetics into individuals under 18 isn't legal, but it isn't illegal, but it is frowned upon. And from the logbook, a lot of children were implanted, children well under the age of 18, like the ones in the past board. Oh, okay. There's nothing here about informed consent or parental permissions either, so evidently parents weren't involved. That's what abduction means, buddy. Which is not good. It's not good at all. There are a few plushies sitting on the shelf. They're surprisingly soft. You investigate the cupboard where the plushies... Whoa! An avalanche of plushies spills out, burying you in a soft, fluffy pile. This would be a comfy way to go out, but you should probably put everything back. What a mess. You need to clean up all these toys and sort them into sets. A set is made up of 4 unique toys. You can reach toys by moving up, down, left, right. You can't move diagonally. Plotting your moves carefully. As the toys shift, they make it harder to reach. I want to fail that one. Hold on. You set down the toys and paused to think. That's a lot harder than you thought it would be. Maybe
Hey, lab rat.
having trouble organizing. I get it. I was horrible at putting my stuff away. A total mess every time. Whenever I got into a pickle, Dr. Danger always helped me out. Hey, remind me, where is Dr. Danger right now? The sudden quietness in his voice makes you freeze. Right. Oh, we did die? Okay. Subject was transported to the automated disposal unit via trap door, whereupon the automatic disposal unit department did what it does best. Contributing factors to death. Expected leniency where there was none to be found. Dead number 12. Get stuffed. There we go. That's what I wanted. Boom, boom, boom. And boom, 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 boom. There it is. You solved the puzzle. Oh no. One of the plushies rips open, revealing a photo inside. The back of the photo is black with words. She told me to explore the place. She said it was important that I adjust to my new environment, but she's been holed up in the lab. I don't know why she's so stressed about my surgeries. She's the smartest person I know, and I grew up surrounded by brilliant scientists, so that's saying something. She says she's still concerned about making adjustments to my synthetic nerves. She's worried that she'll put me through even more pain, but every time she's worked on my new limbs, I haven't felt a thing. Last time, I actually fell asleep. That left eye looking like an eye you might hide behind glasses. Oh, well, there's a trap-looking door at the bottom. Youch! Seems like you stepped on a rogue sewing pin. Oh, what's a large unfinished sewing project doing all spread out on the floor? Looks like a quilt. Must have been, words. Must have been too big for the little sewing desk. For some reason you want to finish it. This quilt's unfinished. You need to make it complete. Each tile has 3 traits: shape, color, fill. In order to finish the intended pattern, adjacent tiles must share exactly 2 of the 3 traits with the next tile. Below, construct the next motif you want to place by adjusting the color, shape, and fill with the arrows. So is it saying like, where to finish? Each adjacent tile must share exactly 2 of the 3 traits with the next tile. I think I'm doing it. I think I'm doing it. I did it. We gotta get the death first. Let's knock that out before we really get serious about this. Wow, you're far from delicate, aren't you? Yeah. I like to think of myself as a lenient kind of guy, but watching you butcher that sentimental quilt was pretty painful. Like a death by 1,000 cuts, or needles in this case. Your switch go off and... Yep. Got right to the point, huh? Subject failed to appreciate the value of good stitch work and also was impaled by 1,024 needles. In B, it needed to be a square number for the triggering mechanism to hit its mark. Contributing factors of death. Couldn't sue their way out of a wet paper bag. Dead end 11. Quilt in action. Alright. Let's see what the stove wants. There's a small kitchenette. It looks like it hasn't been used recently. Did Dr. Danger take care of all the cooking? A handwritten note sits on the counter. Looks like a recipe for pancakes? Fridge seems well stocked too. Let's see if Caution likes your take on Dr. Danger's recipe. Submit. There. That should be the right ingredients for the pancakes. Now if I pour the batter... Stop right there, lab rat. I don't want that affront to all things edible anywhere near my nice, tasteful kitchen appliances. How the hell do you screw up pancakes that badly? Did it stop mangle your common sense as well as your brains? You open your mouth to protest it. Subject perished soon, but not soon enough, after being plastered against the wall by a giant frying pan-shaped mallet. Good riddance, although I have to admit I was looking for an opportunity to get a use out of that particular trap. Contributing factors of death. Committed sacrilege against breakfast food. Dead end 13. Flipping miserable. Flipping. Alright, so we died to that. We died to the plushies. We died to the quilt. And we also fell through a trap door, right? So it looks like there's 4 puzzles here, and we got 4 of those. Alright. We died to the... Oh, probably this, right? The lock for the door is a scrapbook? Its pages are empty, though. So I imagine if I just hit submit, you place the scrapbook down to get a fresh look at what you got so far. But when you step back, you feel like something's out of place, and if you can tell, then he can tell. Better... Okay. It's okay to suck at arts and crafts, lab rat. Not everyone's born to make masterpieces. But that scrapbook meant a lot to me. If you're going to screw up that badly, you could have at least used the non-permanent glue. It beat a sweat trickles down your back. Was that an option? Wait, I left that out, didn't I? Yep. My bad. If memory serves me, this button should... Whoopsie daisy, looks like I pressed the wrong... Oh my. Did we get vaporized? Subject proceeded in proving the fatality of ray gun prototype Delta 9. Contributing factors of death. They messed up my scrapbook, so now we're even. Dead end 10. Make all the mistakes for science. Yep. Holy scrap. Alright. For science. We did it. You want to say lab rat? Well, we got every single last one. That was my goal. Ingredients: 5 pieces of bacon, 7 strawberries, 5 cups of flour, 6 snappers, 6 sticks of butter, 9 blueberries, 8 eggs, 2 nuts, 3 cartons of milk. Always begin cooking with mas in place. Drag items on the board to arrange them. Look at the ingredients to figure out how many of each item should be laid out on the counter. All items of the same type should be directly adjacent to each other. Items of different types should not touch directly, but can touch diagonally. Drag unneeded items into the trash. So I think all of our necessary stuff is here, right? What does that mean? Oh. Okay. Or do we... Oh, we can move you here because that's diagonal. And then you guys can kind of like move back. I'm going to make some pancakes after this. Suddenly the stove pops open. There's a photo inside with text written on the back. I don't remember what the food was like at the orphanage. Probably bland. I wish I could forget what lab strip tastes like. But meals were usually the least painful part of my day in the lab, so I got a soft spot for this stuff. But that wasn't food. That was nutritious and edible and nothing more. It didn't fill you up. It wasn't warm. There wasn't any thought in it at all. Pancakes are food. They sizzle in the pan, they curl on the edges, they make little bubbles when they need flipping. You can undercook them or burn them, bury them with toppings or eat them with your hands. They're filling, tasty, and oh so warm. I'm sure I could recreate a recipe. It's hardly rocket science, even with one arm. But I've never had someone cook for me before. I like to pretend I'm not capable for a little while longer. I forgot what I was doing beforehand. I felt like I was on a roll, and then I sabotaged it for the death, and now I gotta rethink what I was doing. Hang on. We'll be right back after these messages. We're so back. Oh, thank goodness. Again, cut in the edit. You don't want to know how long it took me, though. You don't. You really don't. Not because it was bad, though, and I want to make that clear. Not because it was poorly designed. There is just some things I'm realizing I was not prepared for, thinking on a level of to play this, and I'll admit, that's kind of fun, though, because it's not so frustrating. I'm just like, I don't want to do this, bro. I'm good. You notice that you can now lift up the quilt. There's a photo underneath. Something is written on the back. There was all this heat and smoke and energy. There were alarms blaring and people shouting. That's what she told me, but I barely remember any of it. Here's what I did remember. When we stopped running, she seemed more tired than I was. She did carry me the entire time, but she didn't seem any weaker than before. Her hold on my body didn't loosen. She was just looking at what was left of my shoulder. I was hurting like you wouldn't believe, but I don't think I cared, because that day, I got to see the sky again. We learned this lesson. There's like oh look, there's a note over here. Hold on. It's a loose page with handwriting on it. Judging by the number, the corner, and the fading ink, it must be a small part of a larger document. It's nice to have a security job right out of high school. I had my doubts during junior year, of course, but I don't think anyone could have predicted how the sector's growth these past months. The development of cybernetics technology has been explosive, sometimes literally. It's troubling, but all great technology has the potential of misuse. And now I'm going to be a part of an organization that works to keep that tech under control. Though I'll be honest, the name's pretty silly. Oh well. They could always change the acronym later. Is that also a note? I thought that things were moving fast before, but the growth we're seeing now makes these early years look glacial. STOP is doing good work that needs to get done, and it's making countries put money where their mouths are when it comes to international cooperation efforts. Last month we managed to craft a digital data management system that could tell us whatever a dangerous cybernetics systematic was downloaded and where it was downloaded to. This month we finalized a report in maximizing cyber synchronization for patients, confirming my earlier theory that the younger, the better. The difference really was astounding, and I must admit it felt good to shove that 90% performance increase right into that stuffy old... Oh wait, hold on. Wait. I'm reading a bit too fast. I'm just realizing. The younger the better, abducting children, cybernetic implants, testing stuff, smug face. Oh, of course, there's always a smug, but I'm not liking where this is going. Dr. Tan asked if the trend in performance would improve further if we started surgery any earlier. A weird question since the tech is only approved for anyone old enough to enlist, but I guess she was being thorough. The theory is sound. The promotion was nice. I deserve it, and it was the only of his choice, but still, it felt nice to be recognized. Another month where the Security Advisor Council looked completely lost. It's like they don't know what to do at the peacetime. They do amazing work, obviously. The world is secure, and the cybernetic technology is finally getting regulated. The laws are catching up with the science. That's a good thing, even if it makes their job a little less exciting, or maybe a little less secure. I requested another transfer, my third in 3 years, but they didn't seem to mind. I just can't find work as engrossing as I used to. This probably doesn't help that I'm not sure what I do anymore. I mean, logically, I know what I do. I research cybernetics, but I'm not sure what I do for STOP. STOP hasn't had any major security incident in months. The last incident they responded to was just a protest outside the building where they got a little rowdy. Staff's morale has been down ever since. A little controversy is to be expected given the power STOP has nowadays. They've been naive if they expect people to be grateful for the organization forever. I might have transferred a few times too many. I came to work today and clocked out without recognizing a single face the entire time. New people, places, committee projects, always more acronyms. And for the first time in years, I was denied access to internal data. I didn't think anything could be above my pay grade anymore. Note to self, look up YTDI. Oh, okay. It's a crumpled, heavy, overworked notebook filled with grandiose ramblings in the third person. Lots of exclamation points in capital letters and ego massaging and spidery handwriting. But the more you flip back through the pages, the more the writing grows negative. Another, neater set of handwriting appears, leaving words of encouragement. Even further back, the spidery handwriting disappears. The neater writing takes over, marking the wrinkled paper with crisp grids and clear lines. Shaky, barely legible scribbles sit below, rounding out vague letter-like shapes. It almost looks like a therapeutic exercise or a homework assignment. Maybe it's both. But it's obvious that the notebook's author hasn't used it in a long, long time. Personally, you wouldn't be caught dead using the third person. Gamerson can only use the second person. But you can only use the second person, and even then, only for gathering your thoughts in high-stakes scenarios. Gamerson is intrigued. Gamerson would like to know more. That looks like something. So very disappointed with the state of the Youth Training and Development Initiative. That's how I put it in writing. I don't really have the right words to express my disgust with this program's existence. The idea that cybernetic sync rates increase the earlier in life treatment starts with based in the completely different timeline, assuming that we're talking about 18 versus 24. That was never supposed to justify whatever the hell they're doing now. Oh, so it just meant like you have a better chance at age 18 than 24, which technically is younger by over half a decade, but you're still an adult. They use that to justify abducting children. Alright, they don't need to care about reducing rejection symptoms or making the cybernetics work more seamlessly. They care about creating a product by experimenting on children that no one else cares about. They want to produce cybernetic trainees that are powerful, unthinking, and unflinchingly obedient to authority. Stop plans to sell these trainees as a force to keep its donors on top. I got to transfer to the YTDI as a supervisor. No one even seemed ashamed to give me full access. I get the sense that my superiors weren't paying attention to what is happening. That might be the most infuriating part to me. They don't care whether this program succeeds or fails. The implication I'm getting is that this is far from the only program of its kind. It might be one of many, many more. He smiled at me. Even though everyone else he's seen here, everyone dressed like me, acting like me, working for the same people as me, has made him suffer, he smiled at me. I'm getting better at coming up with excuses to visit him at least. I need to evaluate how he's coping with procedures just like the other YTDI trainees. I might need to test his reflexes. Hell, he might need a snack to make him more cooperative. All my explanations are superficial, believable at best. I'm no medical professional. I'm a supervisor. I oversee things. But by all means, I should have been reprimanded for getting too involved. But no such warnings may come my way. I'm never going to be able to forget the look on his face when the cold convulsions started. He knew it was coming, and he knew there'd be nothing he could do to even brace himself for the pain. He's been through it countless times. I don't want to see it over again, ever again. They claimed it was a clerical error that he didn't receive his anti-seizure medications that morning. I know that it was actually punishment. He refused to obey during yesterday's mandatory exercises. You wouldn't treat an animal like this, much less another human. To them, he's less than that. I triggered the false alarm right on schedule, down to the second. My not at all false explosive followed suit. I had always understood that the chemical reaction was very simple to set up, but I still expected the first felony to present more challenges than this, or my first felony to present more challenges than this. Maybe I have a knack for this kind of thing. He didn't hesitate for 1 second when I asked him to come with me. As I rushed him through the fire exit, the look on his face at that moment always stuck with me. Could anyone have looked more relieved? Maybe he should have hesitated. All that awaits him is a life of hiding. At least he'll have a choice from now on. That's Dr. Danger's hand. The escape, Dr. Danger's hand. This must be after surgery. Right? So this, and then the pancakes, and then this was actually second to last, and this was definitely last. Yeah, okay. I knew it was one or the other. Can I clear all puzzles without skipping them? Oh, we didn't skip a single puzzle. Don't worry about that. Huh? The screen behind you didn't turn on. Guess Caution really was serious about the whole silent treatment thing. The way should be clear now. Take a look around a while longer, but chances are high you won't like whichever you find. Better keep moving. I really said Cautionate the first time. I'm sorry about that. I just saw the E on the end. I shouldn't have, because, like, I know someone whose name has an E on the end. You don't say the N on the... Like, you know, that... Darn it, me? Proceed past the villain's living quarters. Oh, okay. Looks like there's no screens in this corridor. You don't think you'll see any of Dr. Danger, either. There really isn't much else to say about this hall. If that's the case, then this probably is close to the exit. Can't say you'll miss his nasally jabbering, and yet you take over that strange, baleful unease that hums at the back of your mind. You take it over that strange... You're suspicious. Like the silent air conditioner in your boss's office. It's not about your job. You did what you were supposed to do. No, rather, you're bothered about the evidence itself. Maybe it was those blueprints or that cork board. Yeah, they were pretty scary, weren't they? No wonder you got goosebumps. Even if Doctor Strange is dead and gone, Caution is more than capable of taking her place. You've seen it yourself. There's no time to lose. Better hurry back to HQ. Are you sure about that? I think what we've learned is Dr. Danger used to be a part of Stop, and because they started experimenting on children and stuff, they were kind of like, nah, no, this ain't it. If that makes me a villain, fine. Here's the exit, right up ahead. It's in the middle of a big garage-like space, one filled with boxes, all shapes and sizes. Maybe it's for storing tools and material. You don't really want to find out. Like the hallway before, this room's completely unremarkable, and besides, you've had enough exploring. Or have we? All that said, you weren't expecting your safe to be so straightforward. The exit's wide open. If you walk through right now, you'll... Crap. You jinxed yourself. Hello? Who's there?
Oh, you finally made it. Did you like my games, lab rat?
Oh, lab rat or babysitter? Which one would be... I don't know. Is that a gun? That sure is. A gun? Why does he have a gun? Someone his age should... No, it's fake, isn't it? It's probably that ray gun, actually. No. Of course. It's just a practical joke of his. I'm glad you're having fun and all, but I really should get going. See, adults have these things called jobs and... Oh. Oh. It just hit your knee. Ah? Yeah, it's a real one. It's a real one. Yeah. You can't believe you made such a rookie mistake. And you can't stand anymore. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna get out of here now? Well, you are right near the exit still, and you only shot one of your legs, so patronize me at your own risk. That's what I should have said before firing, but I'm still new to this. Kind of like you and your job, lab rat. It's why you don't scare me. You're just a low-level nobody living a hand-to-mouth life. That's why you did this mission, right? Because you want a sweet, fat paycheck. You want to say something, but you're shaking and sweating everywhere. All you can do is open your eyes. Oh, those... No, never mind. I was cybernetic. Struggling to open your mouth? You'd earn plenty of pity points if you weren't so gross about it. I thought for a second that maybe they had cybernetic legs too. You never experienced this much pain before, have you? As much as I sympathize, I just can't let you go. You got your muddy paws on some confidential information, stuff way above your pay grade. So I'm afraid I'll have to end things here.
No hard feelings. I know you were just doing your job.
Do you?
But see, there's a little conflict of interest between you and me.
Is there?
Besides, I've got to finish what Dr. Danger started. That's my job, now that she's gone.
Is she?
And by the time I'm finished, they'll be begging for her to come back.
That's fair. Oh yeah, we're dead. Ooh, okay, that's the ending? Alright. And this is like a secret ending that I need to go figure out and discover. Director, Maddo or Mod? I'm so sorry for if I butcher your name, but like the writing team, for example, so Brian, Z as well. And the puzzles were fine too. So Spec, Kigyodev, I'm so sorry, but like Rihanna, Spicket, I'm botching all your names. The music was a jam too. All y'all that worked on this did a fantastic job, and I'm glad I was reached out to play this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad I played it. It was a fun play. It wasn't very long either. That's the thing. It was a nice kind of in and out experience, so it might actually just all be one video. I was thinking about maybe I'll break it up, but now that I've played, I actually would probably just put that all together in one like package. But yeah, thank you so much for reaching out. I didn't even know this game existed, and honestly, the nice like visual novel escape room kind of a situation, this was nice. It was funny, it was entertaining, there's some lore here that we really need to explore. The ending, I mean, we died, we just got capped. Unless we just got knocked out somehow, we got hit hard enough to be knocked out, and then we're gonna, you know, maybe get like cybernetics and experimented on. I don't know, but that was malViolence. Now, I wonder if there's more Let me just check the achievements, and I won't like try and look up locked achievements, but let me see if I have all the, because if I don't have all the achievements, that signals to me I missed something. I just want to check real quick before we get out of here, you know? I have no right to call myself a parent, but even so, parenthood is hard. This rehab is going as well as can be expected, but this is no way to raise a child. I can educate him, keep him fed, and care for him, but I can't give him any kind of future. Not why Stop is trying to erase our very existence. I managed to section away enough resources for us to last a while, but all my internal records within Stop were destroyed by the fire. They still know I'm out there, but now I have no proof that I was ever a... But now, I have no proof that I was ever as big a part as them as I say. It's my word against theirs, and they're far larger, more powerful allies. Bombs, jobs, and cryptic messages on shady websites get much better traction than just sending my research notes to major news outlets. No one cares what Deirdre Destrange has to say. I botched that name, but when Dr. Danger blows up in an energy pipeline, people look up from their food and watch. He chose the name. It's got a nice old school appeal to it. Caution has always been eager to please and happy to spend time with me. Is it any wonder he wants to help the nefarious Dr. Danger in her fight? I should tell him no. Revenge is poison and he already has been through too much, but I can't bear to calculate how much of his suffering is my fault. I don't have the heart to tell him no, and I'd sooner die than judge him for how much he hates Stop. Dr. Danger and Caution are becoming a household name, but that's about it. Stop is still in power. People are still too scared to take them to task, and there are still YTDI centers all over the world. If I destroy one, they move the children to another. As horrible as it is, but what if they don't care enough, or even that? What if they believe that YTDI is not even worth the cost? What will happen to the children then? Something needs to change, but I'm not sure it's something that Dr. Danger can do, and I'm not sure that Deirdre Destrange is enough for him. You might be surprised. So basically what I'm thinking of, there's more notes and stuff that I did not quite go over. This appears to be a locked box, but it's without a lock. You give the lid a small tug and it opens. There's no dust inside, but a stale odor wafts out. Clearly this hasn't been open for a long time. You found a lab coat with an ID pinned above the breast pocket. There's no photo, but the name Deirdre Destrange is clearly printed on the plastic card alongside a worn barcode. The code itself is high quality, but it's worn around the edges. Deirdre, I'm sorry, must have used it for a long time, taking good care of it all the while. You see framed photos, diplomas, certificates, and awards, all of them belonging to this. I think we know who that is. It's Dr. Danger, yeah. And of itself, a doctorate in cybernetic biology is impressive, but Destrange received this years ago. To be that experienced at a young age, when the science was still new, she must have been on the cutting edge of the field. At the bottom of the pile, you find a dented, dusty medal. An award for continued service in the international security community. The medal's name has been violently scratched out, and yet you think you see the remains of a familiar logo. So it really was a situation of me not maybe exploring enough around my surroundings, and you know, that's very fitting to me. You've been over this room with a fine comb, you haven't overlooked or looked away from anything. There's not much left you can do. Time to move forward. I already feel like that's already a little bit different dialogue, so let's just see. I missed some things. I'm not the detective, as I claim to be. Detective the system wouldn't have made this mistake. Unless he did. My bad. Looks like there are no screens in this corridor. You don't think you'll see any of Dr. Danger either. There really isn't much else to say about this hall. If that's the case, then this is probably close to the exit. Alright, so far this is actually the same. To be honest, the lack of nasally jabbering puts you on the kind of edge. And the brat who called it trapped in the several rooms with lethal... Not that you like that brat that called you a lab rat and trapped you in the several rooms with lethal puzzles, but the science forces you to focus on a much louder, something much more disturbing. Thoughts that are only now coming to the forefront of your mind. You think about Dr. Deirdre Destrange, exactly. You think about the results of your investigation. You think to yourself, a tiny cog in a massive machine. A sleek, pristine, reliable machine, carefully cleansed with the blood it spilt. A deep, dark pit hollows your stomach. Slowly, you make your way forward, each step heavier than the last. All right, this is different already. So that might have just been it. That might have been all we needed to do. So we got the. I'm guessing we might have got a bad ending first, which kind of still feels a little fitting. But in a large garage filled with the brim of cardboard boxes, the exit waits for you wide open. It's night already. Outside, you hear the quiet rush of a river. Just a few more steps, and you're out of here. Even more, and you'll be on the bus back home. It'll take a couple hours to get back to HQ. You'll nap on the ride probably, so that by the time you get to your stop, you'll have enough energy to run up thousands of narrow stairs, and you'll reach your boss's office. And well, what'll happen next? You'll definitely get that bonus. If it isn't going above and beyond, maybe you'll get a promotion, a better salary, better benefits, a better home, a better life, something you've always wanted, and maybe that'll help you sort out the pit that's been growing in your stomach.
Take responsibility?
Taking responsibility is not my thing. I can think of someone right now who knows that very well for years that she's dealt with me. Maybe I should treat her better. Not now, kid. The last thing you need is him showing up in...
I see my escape rooms have worked their magic.
Ah, so that was the point, though, was to make us see the truth. What's really kind of going on that we really didn't know.
I didn't think it was possible, but you're feeling guilty, aren't you?
I think I am, in terms of, like, we didn't know what stop was. And then we kind of started learning some things. It's like, okay, that seems interesting. Once we got to, like, that third room with the child abductions, something was up. Because these people are supposed to be the villains, but they're not abducting children. The group over here that they're opposing is the one abducting the children, which to me is way more villainy. Guilt. Is that what this is? Over something you didn't do? All those years. You must have been so proud to wear the uniform, to be a brave soldier fighting for such a pristine, justice-seeking organization like that. I mean, yeah, when you think you're fighting for justice, yeah, you probably are pretty proud of it, because that's the idea with certain organizations like that. And just in general, when you think you're fighting the right cause, of course you're proud, because you think you're doing the right thing. You think you're making things better. A lot of people, contrary to how the world sometimes looks sometimes, do love the feeling of doing the right thing. It's just that they don't maybe always know that maybe they're not always doing the right thing. Unfortunately, it'd be like that sometimes. You feel sick, but it's not enough to feel bad. Because if I let you go home and you get your bonus and sleep in your nice bed, apparently it's a crappy mattress, we learned that in the first room, you'll be stumbling over yourself to forget everything that happened here as fast as possible. You, or your boss, or the next agent. You'll storm in here and sweep away everything me and Dr. Danger fought for. Someone better catch me and destroy this place. And Stop will turn me into some nameless drone like I was supposed to be. He's shaking. He's trying to put on a brave face, but he's shaking.
But I don't want that, you know?
Okay, then don't have it.
I don't want to forget my home, my books, my bugs, my bed.
Fair.
And I don't want to forget myself.
What if they come with us? Just jump on the bus with us. And you know what? Instead of going to HQ first, we'll actually just bop on home first. And then you stay there. And then I'll bop back to HQ and sort it out later. We won't even mention. We'll just say you died in there as well. They won't find a body because it was impaled more of the trap. I don't know. I feel like there's some lies we could pull off.
I don't want to forget about collecting stickers or eating pudding or sewing my first pair of mittens. And I don't want to forget Dr. Danger! She saved
Fair enough.
me! She raised me! She stood up for me when no one else did!
Fair. That's fair.
And what did Stop do? They made her a villain! They took everything away from her! They killed her!
They did. They didn't stop, you know? Kind of not an apt name. So what are you gonna do now, lab rat? You still got your weapon, don't you? Come on, hit me with your best shot. Draw. Hit me. Because if you don't, I'll... You can't deal with this anymore. You don't want to fight him. You're not gonna use your gun? Yeah, I don't feel like shooting you. We all that stuff we found out. You're the last person I should be shooting if I'm gonna shoot somebody.
Then, on behalf of Stop, die.
Fair enough. The bullet. Did it hit? It only grazed your cheek. Ah. Huh? Caution fell? What's going on? Or did they get shot? No, they shot because it said it grazed our cheek.
I missed.
Did you miss on purpose?
I had the muzzle aimed at your head, the bullets loaded,
Yep.
and I missed. First try.
On purpose? I'm gonna think on purpose. Caution's gaze is vacant. It's the same gaze as a boy in the scrapbook. That alone makes the pit in your stomach sink even deeper. So to fill it, you say something really, really stupid. You know, you could have fired again. I'm at contact shot distance.
No, I couldn't have. Trying to kill you is a lot more tiring than I thought it would be.
Fair enough. Tiring. Oh, the routine. The 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.?
Go. This is what you wanted, right? The exit's right there.
I mean, I would prefer not to be shot and killed, yeah.
Go back to your home. Your TV. Your money.
Our crappy mattress.
I was fooling myself. Thinking I could do what Dr. Danger did for me.
What, make someone see the light?
So go. I hope the guilt eats at you for the rest of your fucking life.
Wow. Fair, though. Fair. Slowly, you make your way towards the exit. What if we stay? Instead of taking them with us, what if we stay? When you finally make it outside, you turn back. The boy's still sitting there. Legs splayed haphazardly. Arms floppy. Still staring at you. Are they actually just exhausted? Like they're just kind of done? Like not just emotionally, but also like physically? Give him a curt nod. He doesn't react. Without another word, you...
Brad.
How long have we been going, by the way? Yeah. You turn back. You turn back and see him forcing an attempt at a villainous grin.
If you really feel that bad about it. I did sneak copies of everything you've seen here onto your device. I found your address while you were looking around.
Fair, there we go. Whistleblower.
Pretty devious idea, right? Downright heinous.
Definitely villainous. Definitely villainous. Takes a deep breath and exhales.
Alright. Here's another world-class criminal scheme for you. Stop Agent Stake's reputation, credentials, leaks internal docs to all four corners of the net. Not a bad headline. Could make for a half-decent start to a villainous career. Your
True.
choice, obviously. But I know what I'm talking about.
Take it from a villain. They would know what villain he is.
After all, I am a
Oh, my bad. My bad.
supervillain.
A super villain. I wonder if we actually have to make that choice. Or is this like the ending where we make that choice? And there's probably like a third, maybe. I don't know. Red light. Green light. And then caution light. Which is the one we're holding it by? I see what y'all did. Oh, I see what y'all did. Y'all did that on purpose. Alright, that's clever. That's clever. Very clever. malViolence. Alright, so I think that's a better ending to end it on. There might be a third ending? Because I feel like, well, okay, we got a bad ending. That feels like a good ending. So I don't think there would be like a third one, like a middle ending? Kind of like a middle of the road ending? I don't know if that's a... I don't know, and maybe I'll know later. Or... logically speaking, if there was another ending, it probably has more to do with not getting... Like, I got an ending... The first ending we got was because I didn't collect every bit of intel. Then the ending we just got was because I did. So I would think the last one would be you just not collecting... There's no screens in this corridor. You don't think you'll see any of Dr. Danger either? We didn't even correct the name. There's much we have to say about this hall. If that's the case, then this is probably close to the exit. Finally. You're tired of that brat's antics. Yeah, you didn't do your job properly. You certainly didn't take advantage of the intel opportunities you were given. But in your position, who would? With a little groveling and brown nose, you'll be back to your usual routine, handling locked suitcases to labs and giving your boss his 3 o'clock coffee. Besides, Saba will be sending a better agent in your place. A capable one. One who will sponge up information and collect samples like there's no tomorrow. But that agent isn't you. It's never you. You want to come to work for a decent salary. Alright, agent. Get going already. You've got a lair to break out of. This ain't going well. We don't know anything, and I don't think Caution's going to be happy about that. They weren't happy when we knew most everything. So knowing nothing, I don't think that's it. There it is. There's the exit. No guards, no traps, the big garage delivery cardboard boxes. Huh? We're expecting the escapes to be so simple. You spoke too soon. Identify yourself.
How many guesses will you need this time?
2 more. I'll need 2 more. Give me 2 more. No more TV screens, huh? Don't need them. Not if I'm going to finish what Dr. Danger started. Using that? Kid, you shouldn't be wielding...
Shut up.
Shut up and let me talk, lab rat. I didn't actually think you'd make it this far, but alas, your puzzle-solving skills were decent. In another life, you'd make quite the sidekick. Well, maybe if you freed me. No. You're dangerous, lab rat, and I can't let you go. The brat's got bravado, I'll give him that. He's keeping that revolver remarkably steady, even though he's shaking all over. But he's still just a kid. Maybe he never even wielded a weapon before, for all of his big talk. On the other hand, you're a stop agent. You can draw and fire a gun faster than someone can say knife. Yeah, knives are dangerous, by the way. It's the first thing they teach you as a trainee. He's scared, but he's not going to hesitate any longer. You exhale, before his finger can snake itself over the trigger, and you raise your gun towards his torso. Oh, we shoot first. We Han Solo this. You have expected the freak to go down cackling like a scene out of a superhero movie. A villain shrieking with laughter even as they're plunged with the thousands of rounds. But you weren't really dealing with that at heart, were you? The Caution's final moments were surprisingly quiet. He stutters out a pained gasp. He reaches forward, struggling to grasp something you can't see. He falls. His gun clatters to the floor. He doesn't move again. Oh, that bullet went through. There's an exit wound out their back and everything. All right. As you walk from the garage, you do your best to ignore his lifeless body. We just stroll on past. From the corner of your eye, you watch his blood ooze into the floor. Once a better agent comes here to gather evidence, they'll clean up the stains and burn the corpse. The sight of blood at the edge of your vision fills you with exhaustion. You just want to get out of here and let someone higher up sort this out. But as you leave, you can't help but think to yourself, that was easy. Easier than it should have been, maybe. Or maybe not. But one thing's for sure. There's one less villain out there now. One less threat. One less thorn in Stop's side. Wow. Then you go to wrap your report. That's all you'll be able to say. I kind of like how their outfit, by the way. Side note, their outfit's like a caution, like, sign. Like the caution tape. That's pretty cool. They have like the triangles, like the caution symbol in their hairs. There's a lot of little detail like that. I'm noticing. It's really cool. And that must have been the third ending then, where we just don't care, basically. We don't want to know anything. And we also remember we have a gun that at the beginning was told was fully loaded. So, dang. You've unlocked a special extra screens in the main menu. Mission accomplished. Finish the job. Oh, okay. There's so much I want to say about making this project, but all I can muster right now is thank you for letting me direct, and I really want to eat a cheesy corn dog now. Ooh, food does sound... I'm probably going to get dinner in a second here. malViolence is my first work as a director of a visual novel, rather than a solo dev. I was worried about taking such an important role, and I didn't know how my vision would be executed when working in a team, but I'm really happy that I ended up working with such a talented team, kind teammates, for this Nano Reno 2023. I probably botched that, I'm sorry. Their kindness and incredible work brought me to a lot of confidence. Because of them, I found a new love for directing things. I hope you enjoyed Caution's and Dr. Danger's story. Let me know what you think of the itch.io comments or on Twitter. I'd love to see your feelings on my lovely little family of villains, and on the game as a whole. But for now, ciao. That's good, actually. That's good. Oh, there's additional stuff. Mato, I'm so sorry for butchering your name. Strong vision and the whole team's dedication is what made this project come together. I hope you enjoyed playing as much as we enjoyed working on it. It was a pleasure contributing to a script and story where I could. Thank you for playing. Loved it. Thank you for playing. Thanks to everyone on the team for making everything possible. Learned a lot and had fun. Absolutely. So grateful to work with such a talented team under such a strong director, this Nano. I'm wondering if that's like kind of like a game jam situation. I might look that up. I hope you enjoyed playing the game as much as I enjoyed working on it. I hope the puzzles gave you a little trouble, but not too much trouble. Yeah, a little trouble, but it was like the right amount of trouble. I don't like trouble sounds like maybe a negative word to say, but it's a puzzle after all. It doesn't need to be too easy, but it did feel doable. It never felt like, oh, I can't play this game. I'm getting a headache, yada yada. It felt like, oh no, I can do this. I can do it. It might take some time. I need to think a little bit. The video will chop it down, but I can do this. That feels good. Putting together everyone's work was a lot of fun. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Huge thanks to Matto and Spec for their coding contributions. They're responsible for the astonishing level of polish and cooler puzzles, respectively. I learned so much this past month. I can't wait to put it to good use in my own games. Also, please view my new son. Thank you for the chance to work in malViolence. It's my first game jam, so it was like a game jam kind of a thing. While I'm really excited to see everything coming together. Thank you for playing. What an honor it's been to provide the voice of this unhinged yet tragic little skrunkly. Getting to work on the project like this has been an absolute honor, and I couldn't be more thankful for the team for giving me this chance. Who knows what adventures await our little pint-sized mad scientist. Whatever that may be for you, don't forget to get out there and approach life just like a real supervillain with presentation. Presentation. What can I say except wow? Oh my god, wow. I had such an amazing time participating, and I hope everyone enjoys. My team and I at Very Berry Studios are extremely thankful for the opportunity to cast and find the voice actors for malViolence. I'm super happy with the final result. I think the casting is perfect, and Matto chose the perfect actors to represent Caution, Dr. Danger. malViolence is a very unique project when it comes to both the art and the process of playing the game, so I hope everyone who played enjoys it to its full potential. Everyone on the team works super hard. It was an honor to work on this project. Thanks to the voice actors and musicians for letting me present their contributions in the best light. I wanted to achieve the best sounding game audio I could and hope that comes through. May my sound design startle your ear holes as well. malViolence turned out to be a great and unique game. I almost didn't join the project, but I'm glad I did. Thanks to everyone on the team. Thanks to everyone on Team malViolence, and thanks to anyone who plays. I consider myself lucky to be part of a unique team and game as my first experience with game development. malViolence is the first project I worked on as a music composer, and it was a really exciting experience. Everyone on this team worked very hard to make this an amazing game, and I'm very happy to be able to say this was the first team I was a part of. It was wonderful to get to see behind the curtains of the development of a visual novel for the first time. I hope my contribution has touched you in some way and has made your project even more amazing. I'm more than thankful for Matto inviting me on board to compose music for malViolence. This was my first time composing VMG. I learned quite a lot composing music for malViolence and games in general, especially in managing the time to make sure stuff gets done, as well as making sure the music is loopable. I hope you enjoy what I brought to this lovely VN. Between you and me, my favorite track is the jail scene theme. Ah, that one's fair. That's like the, the intro when you first start off in. I cannot get over the coincidence that Caution appears to have an XI like me. That's great, actually. It's been a blast to work with talented and caring people during the production of this project. This game is the best game ever made. I know because I'm a gamer. Fair enough. I was here for one day, and in that time, I gained a crippling fear of panopticons and the crippling addiction to Caution. No regrets. Fair enough. That one tripped me up for a little bit because I figured out kind of like what the vision for the goal was, but trying to actually direct it under the 15 steps was a bit of a challenge. This game was crafted with love within 31 days for NaNoRenO 2023. So like a game jam situation. Gotcha. Okay. All right. In that case, that's malViolence. Now, I will spoil that I was also asked in the same email to play this game that there is a second game. And we will be playing that game. I don't know how quickly it'll turn around. I kind of like to take my time with this a bit, but I have been making the team and then them that reached out, Matto, wait a month already since the original email. It's been a bit busy, admittedly, so I will jump on that immediately. That will be coming next after this. But thank you so much for reaching out. This was a fun experience. I would definitely recommend this to other people, and it's actually cool to learn that this was some people's like first time working on stuff. This was done for like a 31, like a game jam. Those are always fun. This is great, and it's pretty well polished, and I loved it. I loved it for what it was. I think it was good. I think you had some real good here. And you're working on a third game, I hear? We definitely need to play a second one then. So we got some catching up to do. So that'll be all from this video from me. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification, the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next. We're just gonna have to wait and see. So until next time, take care and enjoy pizza responsibly. Thank you for watching.